Hello, my name is Derek Tootill. I'm a director of the Manx charity, the Archibald Knox Forum. This is the first in a series of 6 films and is entitled An Introduction to the Origin of Liberty & Co.'s Cymric and Tudric ranges. This is an introduction to the subject, and in reality more research is needed to accurately pinpoint the exact start date for the Cymric range. Even as recently as April 2020, a new piece of Knox silver has been found, which, though it is not marked Cymric, is one of the earliest pieces of Knox silver to come to the market and throws light on the new Celtic revival designs in silver. For a much more detailed analysis, one can read Anthony Birnbaum's article, Origins of the Liberty Cymric Silver Range, which can be found on the internet. There are 2 possible origins for the Cymric range. Around 1897, William Rathbone Hassler of W.H. Hassler, a silversmith and jewellery company in Birmingham, who admired pre-Raphaelite movement and the work of William Morris, wanted the firm to produce a distinctive range getting away from the heavy, ugly Victorian style. He approached Oliver Baker, an artist, antiquarian and designer, to help him with the venture. However, none of the Hassler customers in Birmingham would purchase the products, and in fact some of them laughed at the unusual new avant-garde designs. Hassler then took the products to London, and Liberties purchased the lot and gained the exclusive rights to sell the range within a 5-mile radius of Charing Cross. The date of this is uncertain, but is probably the first half of 1899. Welshman John Llewellyn, the managing director at Liberty & Co at the time, gave the silver range the name Cymric, with its Welsh Celtic origins, and this was the start of the Celtic revival for the company. In 1899, an Arts and Crafts Society exhibition took place, and Oliver Baker is attributed with 9 of the 11 Liberty pieces displayed. A Cymric catalogue was brought out for the exhibition by Liberty & Co in May 1899, and this shows off the range for the first time. Designers were not normally named by Liberty, but it was a condition of the Arts and Crafts Society that any pieces exhibited had to bear the name of the designer. Knox is not mentioned in the catalogue, but other designers are, amongst them one Rex Silver. Rex Silver took over the running of the Silver Studio, a business founded by his father in 1880. There is evidence that he, in conjunction with Liberty & Co, originated the range. Knox was at the Silver Studio at this time, and some of the hallmark silver pieces from 1900 are undoubtedly Knox. The recent discovery of the Thorian pepper caster, which, together with the Silver Studio design drawings, give definitive proof of Knox silver pieces dating back to 1898, which later formed part of Liberty's Cymric range. Here we can see on the screen the London hallmark for Liberty & Co, the date letter C for 1898, and the 1899 Cymric catalogue entry for the Thorian, and the archive sketch by Knox for the Silver Studio. The Silver Studio archive is held by the Museum of Domestic Design and Architecture, MODA, at the University of Middlesex in London. The Thorian was Exhibit 28 in the Liberty & Co Cymric catalogue of May 1899, and the launch of the Cymric range was just 1 week before the London Assay Office changed over its date letter to D. Therefore, this actual pepper caster may have been a piece from the exhibition. Our thanks to Anthony Birnbaum of the Pear Tree Collection and to MODA for their permission to show these images and for the information. Examples of the Cymric mark on the silver metalware and silver jewellery by Knox can be seen on the screen, with this silver enamel and glass preserve jar, and on this silver and enamel brooch. In conclusion, Anthony Birnbaum says there seem to be 2 paths leading up to the establishment of the Liberty & Co Cymric in 1899, and both can be traced back to 1898. There were several designers, with Knox and Baker being the main two, and Knox being by far the preeminent in the Cymric range. Amongst the other designers were David Vasey, Bernard Kersner and Rex Silver. On to the Tudric range. Liberty & Co were fantastic business people and could see that their new Cymric range was very popular with the well-off. However, as there was a growing middle class who could not yet afford the top of the range, perhaps there was a market for a cheaper range but with similar Celtic or other new designs. W.H. Hassler, the company in Birmingham, as well as silver and jewellery, would now become experts in pewter manufacture. A new type of pewter, with a higher tin content, was developed that would give the products a bright shine and look similar to silver. The Tudric range started in about 1902. The origin of the name is unclear, but presumably because pewter was popular in Tudor times, and to give an intriguing name to the new range similar to that of the silverware, it was decided that the range would be called Tudric. So, silver products and silver and gold jewellery at this time were called Cymric, and was often marked as such by Liberty & Co, whilst Liberty & Co pewter products were marked Tudric. Again, Archibald Knox was the preeminent designer for the Tudric range, and much of the range was designed solely for pewter, with the designs not being followed in silver. Much of the Tudric pieces by Knox date from 1902 to 1905, and this coincides with his living in the village of Sulby in the Isle of Man. Here we can see on the screen an example of the Tudric mark on this pewter and enamel biscuit box, model 0194 by Knox. In summary, Knox was the preeminent designer for both the Cymric and Tudric ranges at Liberty & Co. Cymric and Tudric are Liberty & Co ranges, and whilst all Knox designs can be Cymric or Tudric, it is not true to say that all Cymric and Tudric designs must be by Knox.